Barbecue Becky, Permit Patty, Golf Cart Gail, Key Fob Kelly, and Corner Store Caroline aren't just funny alliterations. Nope, these memes are a tool that we've used to draw attention to racism, and honestly to laugh in order to keep from crying. Okay, so let me explain. There's this crazy phenomenon called breathing while black. No, seriously, like my pure existence right now can get the cops called on me. Maybe if I hold my breath for a really long time, I can shield myself from potentially getting shot for walking into my own apartment. But wait, I live on the 3rd floor and I gotta climb up a lot of stairs. I need my lungs for that. Okay, maybe if I hold my breath when I'm crossing the street, but these are some real city blocks and I need to breathe for that too. I guess I'm basically not safe because of the skin I'm in is perceived as a threat. Let me explain why this is a problem. Okay, so calling the police on black people is often a way of regulating access to shared space. In these instances, calling the police is about having the power to say who belongs in an area and who doesn't. And who has a right to be in a certain area is a thorny issue deeply intertwined within the US history of segregation. To keep it 1,000 with y'all, this ain't new. People of color have long been subject to racial profiling in public and private spaces. If anything has changed, it's that social media and the ubiquity of cell phone cameras have made it easier for black and brown people to share footage of confrontations and arrests in real time. When looking at the incidents that have occurred over the past couple of months, one thing that stands out is how minor some of these alleged offenses are, and that someone feeling suspicious or uncomfortable is enough to warrant calling law enforcement. For example, when a woman recently called police on a trio of black filmmakers staying in an Airbnb in Rialto, California, she told authorities that she was suspicious because they didn't wave to her. Good Lord. All right, Becky, so you're telling me that if I pay for an Airbnb with my own money, I'm also required to greet you so that I don't have the police called on me? All right, well, hey girl, hey. Part of this suspicion arises from commonly held stereotypes of black people as being criminal and black behavior as being deviant. As a result, black people in these white spaces are forced to justify their presence and face consequences when that justification isn't accepted by others. Look, if my blackness offends you, then get over it. I was born black, I'm still black, and as far as I know, I'm gonna die black. But I'd like to die of natural causes, not some BS death like me getting shot for selling water on the side of the street or a broken taillight. When white people call law enforcement on people of color for unnecessary reasons, they're adding to an existing problem, since minority groups are more likely to face police violence or harsh punishment from the justice system. There's a real reason for that. In addition to studies that reveal racial disparities in police use of force, data collected by The Guardian shows that black Americans are more likely than whites to be shot by police when controlling for population. So, Barbecue Becky, Permit Patty, Golf Cart Gail, Key Fob Kelly, and Corner Store Caroline, please let me live my black ass life in my black ass body and leave my black ass alone. My name's Kareem. Thanks for watching Prompt. Be sure to subscribe and like to catch more videos just like this one.
Why is it that no matter how ludicrous the things Trump says get, it doesn't have any bearing on how his supporters feel about it? Like how he referred to white supremacists as fine people after the Charlottesville Unite the Right rally last year. But let's be honest, if grab him by the pussy didn't dissuade voters, can we really expect them to be critical of anything Trump says? And let's not forget the whole Mexico is bringing their worst people, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists. Hey Trump, that's racist. We can't really be surprised though. Trump has always been racist. In a 1989 Time article, he used the slur Japs to refer to Japanese people. Classic Trump. And did you know that Trump publicly pitched a version of white people versus black people as a season of The Apprentice? Definitely racist. In a book by a former Trump hotel and casino president, Trump is quoted saying some truly horrendous things. Black guys counting my money, I hate it. The only people I want counting my money are the short guys wearing yarmulkes every day. I think the guy is lazy. And it's probably not his fault, because laziness is a trait in blacks. Excuse me? What about recently? Referring to Haiti and African nations as shithole countries? Sounds kind of racist. In 2016, Trump argued that a judge should recuse himself from overseeing a Trump University lawsuit because he was Mexican. Racist. In 2017, Trump reportedly said that Haitian immigrants all have AIDS and complained how Nigerian immigrants would never go back to their huts after seeing America. You guessed it, racist. The White House denies those last two things. Honestly, what do they have to lose in confirming he said it? It's not like anyone would care. Speaking of trying to expose Trump's bigotry, most recently, Trump has come under fire for his comments about a former staffer. He tweeted, "Good work by General Kelly for quickly firing that dog." If you don't know, this is about Omarosa Manigault Newman, an African-American woman. She's trying to expose Trump's corruption and says that Trump used the N-word during a taping of The Apprentice. Trump said he didn't, but Sarah Sanders couldn't say for sure that he didn't not say it. Here's the thing though, if a tape is revealed and we hear the N-word come out of our president's mouth, will it really change anything? Whether or not you believe Trump voters are racist themselves, they all decided that racism wasn't a deterrence in deciding who should run our country. To stay updated on all the craziness of this trash fire of a presidency, be sure to like and subscribe to Prompt.
Hey, my name's Kareem, and does the Second Amendment apply to black people? So, let's talk about the Constitution, y'all. I know it's only relevant when those spoiled, entitled black sons of bitches, NFL players, are disrespecting the sanctity of this great country by taking a knee. Or when those great upstanding citizens in Charlottesville, Virginia are merely voicing their opinions about white nationalism by bearing torches and politely advocating for white supremacy. But unfortunately, in the US, the Constitution isn't equally applied when it comes down to race. Even though the Constitution contains 4,543 words and 27 amendments, today we're just gonna focus on one of them, the one that deals with the right to bear arms. Got it? Cool, let's go. When Philando Castile, a black man legally carrying a concealed weapon, was shot dead by police during a traffic stop in Minnesota for no apparent reason other than that he was armed, it might have seemed odd that the National Rifle Association failed to do anything. The Second Amendment protects everyone's right to bear arms, not just white people's, right? Wrong. The founding generation that adopted the Second Amendment also enacted racially discriminatory gun laws. Fearing slave revolts, early American lawmakers prohibited slaves, and often free blacks too, from possessing weapons of any kind. Even in states where blacks were allowed to have guns, such as Virginia, they had to first obtain the permission of local officials. And while the well-regulated militia mentioned in the Constitution largely fell out of military use, such groups continue to be employed to capture runaway slaves. Wow, yo, history is crazy. But Kareem, that was so long ago, bro. Black people are always making arguments about race that aren't even relevant anymore, right? No, sweetie, take a seat, please. Be humble and let me finish Taylor Swift. The Las Vegas shooter, Stephen Paddock, 64, had stockpiled 23 firearms in his 32nd floor room, many with illegal bump stocks that let him shoot 9 bullets a second. He left 58 people dead and 851 people injured. Yet people like Paddock go undetected, and people like Philando Castile are murdered at the hands of law enforcement for legally carrying a gun. The Guardian released a database that found that African Americans, who make up around 12% of the country's population, constituted twice that percentage of those killed by police in 2016. All right, y'all, look, I'll admit, I don't have all the answers, but I don't have to be pinned down on a street corner in a chokehold, getting my whole breath cut off just to know racism when I see it. Guns and gun violence are more American than baseball, apple pie, or any other stupid idiom we pretend are our emblems. Guns are so entrenched in America's blood-drenched history of violence against Native and Black people, there's no easy way to untangle them today unless we have dismantled systemic white supremacy in this country from its roots and up to the highest levels of government. How do we do that? All right, so first of all, politicize and protest every unjust death that comes across your radar. Okay, yeah, white folks hate that, but that's why you need to do it. Because the white folks who hate it already hated you to begin with. And if you're white, then come on, join us, y'all. Protest police brutality. Protest how easy it is for people who aren't criminalized by the system to buy guns. And for the love of God, vote for people who aren't being paid millions of dollars by the NRA. It's so easy to find out who they are. Just check out opensecrets.org. We'll drop a link in the description below. But for now, thanks for watching Prompt. Make sure to like and subscribe for more episodes just like this every single week. And let us know in the comments what you can do and will do about unjust gun laws and police brutality. Thanks, y'all, and we'll see you next time.